Manhattan, New York, home to many a supernatural and fictional movie franchise. It's easy to forget the true origins of this metropolis. The modern-day city started life as a trading post by Dutch colonists in 1624 due to the natural harbor running along the island. During the 19th century, New York grew as an economic center due to its role in commerce and industry, and by the 20th century became a construction hotspot for skyscrapers such as Wall Street, the Chrysler Building, and the Empire State Building. 2 out of every 5 construction workers fell to their death or were disabled while building New York City skyscrapers. During this period, tragedies struck the area such as the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire and the Great Depression. Despite its glossy exterior, life was not always easy for New Yorkers. Merchant's House is the only remaining fully intact 19th century family home in New York City and is believed to be the city's most haunted building. The house was built in 1835 and bought by Seabury Tredwell, who lived there with his family and servants. The house remained in the Tredwell family until the death of the youngest child, Gertrude, in 1933. Gertrude spent her entire 93-year life there and successfully prevented the house from demolition, which was the fate of the surrounding buildings. Much of the paranormal activity in the house is believed to be from the spirit of Gertrude, who has been seen as an apparition of an elderly woman in the bedroom in which she passed, and also as a young lady near the front door of her property. Other spirits reported to be active there include Seabury Tredwell himself, who allegedly asked guests to leave his study. Objects in the house have been seen to move, and there have been disembodied voices and footsteps heard throughout. The maids' quarters are believed to be especially active with paranormal activity. Chris from the Northern Frights could not resist the lure of such a reportedly active site and took time out from his vacation to investigate.
We're here this evening at New York's most haunted location, the Merchant's House in Manhattan, built by the Tredwell family in the 19th century. This place has been known for footsteps, voices, and apparitions.
On entering Merchant's House, I was greeted by a staff member who was keen to share experiences by staff and visitors. Photographs taken 6 years apart show the same strange white light anomaly in the photos. These could not be explained by any light occurrences or natural phenomena in the rooms at the time. We ventured downstairs to start our investigation in the kitchen and family room areas. So we're down in the kitchen area. You could imagine at one time this being a hive of activity cooking for the family. Many people lived here, so there would have been an awful lot of cooking going on. Set a cat hole. Is anybody that can hear my voice? There's a device on the floor here that if you move it, it will start to flash. Can you make the lights flash for me? Give it a good movement. Just to get it to go. So you know that you can't get any false readings by trying to bang on the floor. There are many strange noises in this city now. What do you make of them? Is there anybody in this room here with me? There's a device here that if you move towards it, you can make the lights flash for me. Can you show me you're here? Do any of the Tredwell family still reside here? Perhaps you can give me a knock? Could you knock 3 times like this?
That's just moving upstairs.
There are other people in the building at the moment, so any movements you hear, we just have to check out to see if they could be some of the other visitors. If you are trying to make a noise for me, could you make it a little clearer, please? Like this. There have been people that have heard voices in this building. Could you maybe speak with me now? We're going to leave this room in a minute. This is your last chance to speak with us. Maybe you could pass on a message. Is there something we can help you with? So this would have been the family room. So there would have been meals around the table, family chats, a lot of activity, a lot of discussions going on in this room. You can imagine there'd be a lot of energy here. Okay, very little.
That floorboard then, would you say that was upstairs or downstairs?
Is he gone?
I heard it from there.
So we've just come out to the corridor. We just heard one of the floorboards here move. We assumed it was one of the visitors. There's nobody down here. We're actually on our own on this floor. Is that just...
I'm on a creaky floorboard
You're on a
there,
creak, right.
so that's that one. But if I can try and lean against the wall.
Okay. Did we just hear your footsteps? Is there somebody down here with us? Maybe one of the servants to the Tredwell family. Did you used to walk these corridors?
Ryan experiments to try and recreate the sound on the floorboards we heard.
You've got to really step on it, haven't you? There you go. So it's kind of
That's
just that board there.
yeah. I'm sure I heard.
As you can see down there, there's nobody on this floor with us. We're on our own.
Can we go back to the drawing room?
Yeah, absolutely.
First one.
Are you a shy spirit? Have you moved away now that we went into the corridor where we heard you? It's quite a distinctive wooden sound that we heard. So the fact that there's nobody in that corridor, that's quite interesting.
It's worth checking the floorboard directly above as well.
Yeah,
If I were you,
absolutely.
just to confirm. But
It
sounded close. It sounded there.
I was sure it was the guy that we saw earlier, but he's gone. He's not here.
That's upstairs.
It's quite different.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference.
The only difference is, in a minute, I'm going to go up and walk on that floorboard, and you tell me if you hear a creak.
Yeah, good idea.
That way you can... Oh, did you hear it at the same time?
I heard it, because I saw you react, and I heard it, so I assumed it was that guy.
Okay.
If there's anybody here with us at the moment, can you move towards this ball on the floor? Maybe one of the children, one of the Tredwell children can come and play with this. If you can maybe push the ball, you can make it light up like that.
Is there any information about a man in this room?
I mean, the Tredwell family lived here for over 100 years, so there's been plenty of men. It is two specific women that have been spotted, mostly in this building, and some children on the third floor running around. You can imagine there's been an awful lot of people coming through. Why do you say a man?
No, I don't see a man, I just feel a man.
You feel a man?
That corner. I'm not saying he's there now, but that's the presence I'm feeling.
If there's a man in this room with us, can you make yourself known, please, in any way you know how? Could you maybe knock on one of the furniture for us like this?
There's another person outside. Just make the sound to it.
I heard them come downstairs.
I'll just double checking the sound. No.
Maybe one of the servants to the Tredwell family. Do you still reside in this room?
With no further activity, Chris moved up to the parlour area upstairs.
Is the EMF going to pick up that radio?
Until you get right next to it.
What does this music mean to you? Is this similar to the music you knew in life? There's a slight noise over in this corner just then.
Noise?
Like almost like the furniture moving, but very softly.
I thought that was behind us from outside.
Okay.
Same picture.
I'll do it again. So over on the wall here, we have an image of Seabury Tredwell, the original owner and builder of the house. Quite a wealthy man. The house remained in his family for over 100 years.
The next area to visit was Seabury and Eliza's bedrooms, which also included Seabury's study, where I later found out his apparition has been seen by children.
Just here entering some of the family bedrooms. So this would have been one of the original Tredwell's family bedrooms. The room's actually quite well preserved. Some of the original furniture, original clothing even. So I can imagine that if there were a spirit kind of being triggered by things they recognise, it's ideal. In your arm. Okay. Upstairs. Someone upstairs, yeah. I don't know, you know. We've just heard a movement in the corner of the room. We're assuming there was someone upstairs, but it's gone awfully quiet again. Is there somebody in here with us? Did we just hear you moving here?
That was my
Yeah,
shift.
I can tell, yeah. Did you sleep in this bedroom? Did you dress by this mirror? And again. If that was you, could you move again for us, please? Maybe more clearly.
I'm gonna go check upstairs.
Okay, mate. The second time now, I've heard movement in the corner of this room, just over there. We've just sent someone upstairs to make sure there's definitely nobody up there, but we feel like we're on our own. And twice now, the second time after I asked for it, we've had movement in this corner. Could you make that sound again, please? So we've come now into the front bedroom, very similar in looks to the other one. If there's anybody here with us at the moment, there is a ball on the floor. Would you like to play with the ball? Push it along for me. If you can see this green light, maybe you can move towards it. See if you can light up the other lights for me on it. There are some objects in this room from when the Prince of Wales visited here. Do you remember that? Was that a good event?
The last area to investigate was that of the servants' quarters. It is worth noting at this point that we have had no spikes at all on the EMF meter.
Okay.
So we've come up to the top floor now. This is the servants' quarters. This is where apparitions have been spotted. Apparently Gertrude has been spotted up here. She appears as a woman in a brown dress. Also, with it being the servants' quarters, some of the children of the servants would have been up here. There's been disembodied voices and sounds of people running around, children running around basically up here. Supposedly one of the most haunted areas of the building. Now there's a fan, but I'm noticing that rope's just started moving. Yeah, that kind of twist, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm just getting a bit of a spike on the EMF. I'm keeping an eye on that.
Try to check it close to the fan.
I mean, nothing at the fan.
It was spiking up then.
We've just had a spike. It went up to red, which would indicate 20 plus milligauss again. Is there somebody in here with me? I have no phone on me at the moment. There's nothing near me that could be setting this off. Gertrude, are you here with me? Or one of the servants, perhaps? What was it like being a 19th century servant? Were you treated well? If any of the children are here, you're welcome to come and play with the ball on the floor. See if you can push it. Push it. Show me you're here. I'm holding it like this to show that it's not near anything electronic. It's in the middle of the room.
Oh,
and we're getting
let's do this then.
spikes to 20 milligauss.
So,
So we've just moved the EMF detector to the wall, just to move it from the centre of the room. As you can see in the room, there are no devices, nothing that could potentially send out EMF. However, we have been getting spikes of 20 milligauss, which is very strong for a building that is not totally electrified, doesn't have electronic devices. There is a fan in the corner of the room, but again, we're nowhere near that. It's not likely to emit anything solid that would be picked up by the EMF detector anyway. If you came near the green light before and made it go to red, could you do that again, please? Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. We mean you no harm. If anything, that's actually closer to the phone now, so you can see the phone's not setting it off. You have to get pretty close before it does. Have you moved into a different area now? Have you left us alone? No, you put it next to the fan. There's nothing. There's no reason for a sudden spike in EMF whatsoever. There's nothing in here. And the activity's ceased now. So I'm thinking that was genuine. That is interesting. This is allegedly one of the most haunted areas of the building. Sudden high spikes of EMF. It's compelling. It is. If you are here with us, show us yourself. Use that energy and show yourself to us. I know there's been a lady seen in here, possibly Gertrude. Do you reside here because you were never allowed to marry your love? Do you need to move on? Can we help you? Come towards the green light for us again, please. Show you're here. So we were just about to leave the room and we suddenly got spikes again. Are you back with us now? Thank you so much for showing us you're there, using your energy. Could you use some of that energy and move something for me? Could you move one of these chairs for me, some of this furniture here? Thank you so much for showing us you're here.
That's a lot of activity, thank you. Could you maybe knock on the wall for us? Make a sound like this.
So we've just wrapped up filming. I was just talking to one of the staff members there about some of the activity that's occurred here over the years. He's told me about tours that have been given to groups of children. One of the children grabbed the tour guide and was pointing to the corner room and saying, "The man, the man." So these children could see someone in this room that wasn't there. There have been other stories. He didn't want to go into too much detail or be on camera, but tells me, yeah, there's a lot of people that have seen things here. We had a bit of activity in there, so quite an interesting place. Definitely worth more investigation.
Tom and Rachel answering the calls, with Bertie Bat leading the way. The Northern Fright's here to stay. Whispers in the darkness, spirits unseen. The team of three, the ultimate dream. The Northern Fright's on a quest to uncover the truth, to put spirits to rest. Haunted houses, their playground, ghosts, their delight. The Northern Frights, taking on the night. The Northern Frights on a quest to uncover the truth, to put spirits to rest.